What made my marriage finally end? It happened on a completely ordinary evening. He came home from work, sat down, ate dinner like nothing was wrong, and then looked at me and said, "I want you to do something, and I don't want you to argue with me." I barely had time to react before he said the words that changed everything. I want a divorce. I was completely blindsided. Without another real conversation, he packed a bag and said he was going to stay at his mother's house. As he was leaving, I told him to leave his house key behind. He looked confused and asked, "How will I get back in?" I told him calmly, "You won't need to. You don't live here anymore." That shocked him more than the divorce itself. That night, I started replaying the past few months in my head. The subtle disrespect, the comments that felt small at the time but added up, the lack of care. And then I remembered Christmas. For Christmas, my husband of over 3 decades gave me a bottle of men's cologne. That was my gift. Of course, he kept it for himself. That's when I realized he hadn't given my feelings or our marriage any thought at all. So instead of begging him to stay or asking for explanations, I did something else. I emptied our joint accounts and scheduled an appointment with a family attorney for the very next morning. He wanted to drag the divorce out, delay things, control the timeline. That didn't work. He came back that same week to collect his belongings. I sat on the couch watching television while he packed his life into boxes. At one point, he actually asked me to help him. I looked at him and said, "This is what you chose, not me." Before he left, I told him I knew he was still having an affair and that my attorney advised him to be very careful about that. There was a lot of denying, a lot of stammering, but what upset him the most wasn't being caught. It was finding out I had hired a lawyer. He actually said, "You got a lawyer? You know I'd always take care of you. Don't you trust me?" That's when he finally admitted the truth. He said he needed space because the kids were grown now and he didn't have to pretend anymore. That was it. After 32 years of marriage, that sentence ended everything. A year later, a judge awarded me roughly 1/3 of his assets and a portion of his income as alimony until I remarry or die. I was 65 years old. Today, I live comfortably and peacefully in a different city. My attorney handles the paperwork. I have no contact with my ex, and the best part? I don't have to pretend anymore either.